Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 86. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo from Los Angeles, California, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle WH from New York City.
I want to tell you,
Yeah.
when I did my taxes,
Yeah, what'd you do?
the guy's like,
What's your company name?
You're a comedian.
Mhm.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna put you down. You're employment.
Did you love that?
Like, you're a comedian. And Matt looked at me like he's like wide eyes. He's like, you're a fucking comedian. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
are.
a comedian.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you fucking are. Season 8, episode 76 and 77. Guys, you get a double episode this week because there was no episode last week, but I'm glad that you get a double episode because these episodes are a little underwhelming.
Yeah, they're not the best. I think that they got us with like the last 2 episodes. They were so good.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we're going to start off with season 8, episode 76. But first, if you guys want more of us, which you do, because I am from Los Angeles. I'm a showgirl now. I'm from Los Angeles. Noelle's from New York City. Go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast to hear all about our adventures of being best friends on 2 different coasts.
Yeah, and maybe long term, maybe short term, who knows?
Patreon.com/trash talk podcast is where you will find all of our bonus content, including BS, which is our favorite podcast. Single Life. There's old Darcy.
Unexpected.
Unexpected. Unexpected's supposed to come back unexpectedly in the summer.
No, I know, but it's like I think just like 2 of the girls are coming back.
Good.
I think it's Jenna and Lily.
Yeah, I want to see what
happens.
Also,
rumor has it Tyra's pregnant. I don't know if that's true, but that's a rumor.
I hope so. Oh my God.
And her baby daddy has another baby on the way with someone else too.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
Season 8, episode 76, Catfish, the television show, Shay and Ceejay.
Okay, I'm here for it.
All right. So Tallulah Willis is the co-host.
She's always been my favorite co-host.
She's good. She's fine.
I like her because she's wacky.
She is a little wacky. She's a little zany, if you will.
Yeah, that's why. Like, could she use some concealer? Yes, under her eyes. Sure.
It's a look. She's from
it's
LA.
A look.
You know, we're from LA. Look at me.
Yeah, we're from LA. Right? No concealer today.
No concealer. It's a very LA thing. We just let our naked, butt naked, raw dog under eyes show.
Good for you.
Thank you. All right. So Shay is 25 from Pompano Beach, Florida, and 8 years ago met Ceejay and decided to have a baby with Ceejay, but bad stuff happened, so she ended it. And she just doesn't feel safe because of the relationship. So Neve and Tallulah will go to Florida
tomorrow.
And Neve is dancing. Shay, go Shay. I feel like Neve adapts culturally sometimes.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I think he's just corny, to be honest with you.
He's corny. So they met on Facebook.
Yeah.
They talked in
2014.
Which is a very long time ago. If you guys know math. So they talked on the phone. Ceejay's from Georgia, and Ceejay's mom and sister have met her online, and her sister's name is Asia.
Right.
And then she tatted. Okay. So Shay tattooed Ceejay's name on her chest because Asia was texting her and was like, if you really love Ceejay, you would tattoo her name on your chest.
And this is where you knew Shay was mentally ill too.
Okay. So this is the thing. You had a baby because she told you to. What? You tattooed her name on your chest and blame it on her imaginary sister. Like, what? Whose problem is this?
Thank you, Tracey. I'm watching this and I'm like, she's an unreliable narrator. Because she's done so many crazy things, I can't believe things that she says.
I don't
even
care
if that makes sense.
Sure, absolutely. But you know what? Pretend everything she's saying is true. It's still your fault.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so you're mad at her because you got her name tattooed on you?
Right. What? So the other option would be not to do that.
Right.
But you didn't choose that option. You chose the wrong one, and I don't care.
Right. You don't have to have a baby with an internet stranger.
She didn't come to your house and choke you out and tattoo her name on your chest.
Right.
Because then that would be her fault.
Right. I don't see how any of this is Ceejay's fault.
None of it is, actually. Okay. None of it is. So Ceejay sent her a ring in the mail and asked Shay to marry her.
And what a proposal.
And they've never, listen, I mean, it's not the worst one I've heard. They've never video chatted. And a year into their relationship, they
Mm-hmm.
had a baby.
Mm-hmm. Sure, they did.
That is not what happened.
That's not at all what happened.
So CJ was sending men to Shay, and Shay was screening the men to donate their sperm into her vagina.
Mm-hmm. Random strangers to blow loads in her.
Right. So then CJ had a tracker on her phone for Shay's cycle because that was crazy.
Okay, but also like here's the thing. You're talking about like you feel like you're in danger, this, that. You don't have to tell her when you get your period. You know that, right? You don't have to meet these guys. You
Noelle,
don't have to do any of it.
could this happen to you?
No, never.
Okay, could this happen to me?
Never. Mm-hmm. You're a cult follower.
But
You like
it's
when
like
people tell you what to do.
I do
You
like
actually
that.
do.
It's actually just easier in life.
Right.
But
You're like, okay.
yeah, sure, that sounds fine. I mean,
Mhm.
can we wear
No,
matching shirts?
but no, you're too smart for something like this to happen.
Um again, question mark. So she meets up with a guy that was suggested by CJ, and CJ was mentally abusing her so much that Shay started dating the guy. What? Why is there so much blame?
Right. It's like Shay takes no accountability at
I
all.
mean, there's less than no accountability.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
She was mentally abusing you, so you started dating a strange man. No, how about this? Can we change the narrative on that?
Okay.
You met a guy you liked.
Right. Okay, good for you.
That's
But
it. That's
you
all that happened.
you didn't get with this guy to have a kid with Ceejay.
Stop
Yeah.
pretending that. Thank
And
you.
if you did, stop being mad at Ceejay about it.
Exactly. So she
Yeah.
got pregnant, and then this guy left her.
I'm
So
shocked.
a strange man
Uh-huh.
that ejaculated inside your vaginal canal
Uh-huh.
left you. But
And
isn't
you're
that
shocked.
but isn't that a contract?
Right. Isn't that what you wanted? Really?
Oh God. So CJ sent some things for the baby, and Shay ended up sending her money and then gave her a credit card and she bought stuff on the credit card. Again, I mean,
what do you expect?
listen, it's not right. If you send
Right.
me your credit card, pretend we're like random casual acquaintances.
Right.
You send me your credit card. I start buying all the stuff on it.
Right.
It is not right what I did, but it is your fault.
I totally agree with you. Like, yeah, okay. Morally, it's not right, but
Sure.
it's also you're leaving yourself open for this.
You've
by
never
doing that.
video chatted with this person. You've never met them, but you're giving them your credit card and you're like, what?
You're giving them your cycle.
You gave your cycle to them. That would be fun though, because you could be like, hey, CJ, am I ovulating? Like, I feel like a pain in my left side. And she's like, oh, hold on, let me just check your tracker. It's
kind of like what I say to you. I'm like, Tracey, and you're like, I think your period's due, Noelle.
That's what my answer is to everything though.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
like you're probably getting your period.
It is. Uh-huh.
Okay. So she got pregnant again. What is happening?
So I guess she got back together with the guy, but got back together question mark or banged him again.
CJ got upset.
Also, tell us more about the kids. I don't know.
Tell us more about everything. Tell me more about your diagnosis, because something's going on.
Yes. How far apart are the kids? When did CJ know? Like, I want to know that stuff. What did you tell CJ?
There's no information. So on Plenty of Fish, there was someone named Brittany that was stalking her and making fake profiles. And then she got a message from CJ. Yeah. Again, it's like, I don't know.
I wouldn't know what that's about. I've never done anything like that before.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is this that serious?
What? Oh, wow. You know how many people have had exes message them on dating sites? Come on.
But also, like, that's what you're worried about?
Right. Well, I think that Shay, I don't know, likes company.
I think Shay likes a lot of company.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So she's full of company. Let's just say that. So
full of company, full of baloney, full of company.
I don't know if it's baloney, but it's definitely baloney. So she wants to meet, and there's only Instagram and pictures. That's it.
Right.
So she's 29 or 30, and her mom's name was Dominique. So she got Neek tattooed on her chest because that's her mom's name.
Right. A very large Neek tattoo, may I
Right.
add.
So they find someone with an OnlyFans.
Right.
And so they also see that this new account that Ceejay had messaged her on is following only one person, April, who is an older white woman.
And every picture was uploaded the same day on
Right.
that Facebook page.
So they DM the follower, and Tallulah's like, wow, it's going to be so hard for you to trust again. Tallulah, shut up.
Shut up, Tallulah. Go put on some concealer. Come on.
Yeah. So they show her what they got, and they show her a terrifying picture of April with an ice cream cone.
Oh my God. Very bad.
It's very, very scary. So,
and Shay was up all night crying.
What are you crying? Because you have the worst
Why?
life because you did this?
Crying because you made a very bad tattoo mistake.
Crying because you have 2 kids with a strange man?
Right.
Well,
Your
yeah,
own
cry.
fault.
You know what? You should be up every night crying.
Crying because you can't go on Plenty of Fish anymore. Get a life.
Oh, you can't get an extra pregnant.
Also, Plenty of Fish. Come on.
I know. What year is this? So April calls. She has a crazy accent. Crazy
I
accent.
mean, all the way accent.
And this is her old neighbor. And then she says, quote, they're like, do you know her? And she goes, quote, yes, I know her in person.
Okay. Good.
What? You know her in person?
I'm glad you know her in person and not just internety, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know her in person. That's what I always say. When people are like, do you know Noelle? I'm like, I know her in person.
I actually know her in person.
So she's like, oh, yeah, she also had a boob tattoo.
But I don't know what it's of.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, she had an older country voice.
Right. So the voice is totally different. I know, country, not southern. Funny. She had a country.
All right. So continue because I can't read my own notes here.
So basically they
IG call her.
They call her.
She's in Atlanta.
I wrote they 8G call her. That's why I was confused.
Okay, so we both didn't do great on notes here. So they Instagram call her. She's in Atlanta.
Right.
She
is gonna send them an address.
Right. Okay. So
this is the first time she's ever been on a plane.
Never left Florida in her life.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I got to tell you, I knew that.
Your Florida is showing. Her Florida is showing.
Her Florida is definitely showing. So Neve texts Ceejay and tells her that Shay is nervous flying. Okay, great.
Okay. Ceejay doesn't care.
All right. So they go to Drake Park in Peachtree City. So they go to Catfish Park in Florida Swamp.
So there's a catfish park everywhere.
Oh, in Atlanta. Sorry.
In Atlanta, right.
Peachtree City. Okay. So then they show someone with green hair having a seizure.
Right. And they're
What's happening?
Is that Ceejay?
So Ceejay said that she can't come. She's too scared.
Okay. So they get back in the car.
They call April and then they text her and they ask her if she's spoken to Ceejay. So April finds her immediately at her auntie's house.
Why call April?
Because this is a show.
Yeah, it's so silly.
April's like, hello, have I spoken to her in years? No. Is she at her aunt's house? Yes.
Right. But I can find out where she is
I can just track her. I can just track her real quick. So April said that Ceejay needs to come clean and gives her an address. So
right.
Ceejay emerges from the house.
Ceejay is very different.
She is a different girl.
Very different girly.
It's like she looks like Ernie a little bit.
That striped shirt.
That striped shirt was a bold choice.
It was a choice. That was a choice.
I love that for her. So Ceejay is a nickname that she gave herself. That was the best part of the whole episode.
Tracey, her name is Tay. Where did Ceejay come from?
Ceejay.
There's no C or J in her name.
She gave it to herself. That's called
not
Ceejay? Well, a lot of times people call me Stephanie.
Right. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Okay, good.
The nickname I gave myself.
It's like, wait, what? Stop trying to make fetch happen. You know, like what
she made
this?
Ceejay happen. April is her friend and Asia is her cousin, but she was adopted into her family. And her family also uses each other's phone because that's how close they are. What?
Okay. So I'm just going to use your phone to text your online boyfriend.
Yes, you always do that. I hate when you do that.
And just be like, if you really love Tracey. Well, I would say if you really love Tracey,
you
get
would.
her name tattooed on.
Okay,
you.
well, first of all, that is definitely something that we would do.
Yes.
100,000%.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
Neve calls Asia her cousin sister. That was so funny. He's like, well, your cousin sister.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Ceejay.
And this is stressful.
Okay, I like this. I like this because here's the thing. CJ's like, I was so surprised when she got that tattoo. I had no clue what my cousin sister Asia had texted her.
Right. And Neve's like, I don't believe you. That's just not true.
Okay, but Neve's angry because he doesn't like her. But Neve, you're going to really blame CJ and fake Asia for the tattoo?
Okay, so here's what I don't understand watching this. And I think that you're right. I really do think you're right. I think that Neve picks whose side he's on by the level of attractiveness.
Absolutely.
Yep. Because he is being nice to Shay and not nice to CJ.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That is
it's
exactly
so
what's happening. That's exactly what's happening.
He is really being very rude to CJ. And I feel like CJ is nervous. And I got to tell you, I side with CJ for most of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy that you do too.
Noelle.
Yeah.
Come on.
Too.
Come on.
No, I know.
We have to take some kind of responsibility.
No, I agree.
Oh, man. I would have taken it more seriously if she said the voices in my head told me to get the tattoo. I would have been like, well, that is a real thing and she is mentally ill. And this
I would
upsetting.
probably have left out the tattoo. I wouldn't have told anybody about it.
I wouldn't have told. I would have been like, I didn't do anything.
Right. And she got it covered up anyway.
Right. So why is this a thing? All right. So Tay said that she wanted to have a kid. And
that it would motivate her to tell the truth.
Force her to come out. What?
Right.
Okay. Now you've lost me, Tay.
Right. So that's what's going to make you tell the truth, making someone get pregnant?
Tay.
That's called a trap baby.
Right. But this is not real. This is not real. This is not real.
No, it's not real.
You didn't get anyone pregnant.
No. Well, that's the thing.
You convince. Okay. So if I tell you to take a load, is this my baby that I've inside of you?
No. That's not the way this works.
I want it to be that way because then I want to get
I know you do.
I want to get everyone pregnant.
Because then you'd be like, I got Noelle pregnant.
I got Noelle pregnant and then I left her.
I got Noelle pregnant.
I would love to be in an AOL chat room and be like, everyone take a load. And then I'd have 30 babies and then I would never talk to them again. And I'd be a deadbeat mom.
A deadbeat.
Come on. All right. So she's screaming that she got cheated on. She's screaming that Shay has commitment issues. And it's like, you know what? But I'm throwing you both in the garbage.
Yeah. Shay can't keep her legs closed. It's like,
that was so funny. So she took her money and CJ wants an apology. And then basically
CJ's big mad. Yeah. CJ is big mad. I get it because CJ's like, Shay isn't being honest.
Okay, but neither are you, CJ. So can we just
Nobody's
both
being honest? Yeah.
Everyone's out. So she calls her a hoe. Hilarious. When she said that she couldn't keep her legs closed, I died.
Right. That's so funny. Like, what a dad thing to say. You got pregnant because you can't keep your legs closed.
Oh, God. I love it. So Shay walks away and she feels like she got what she needed.
Okay.
So this has to be an Airbnb, right?
Of course it's an Airbnb.
It's like staged.
Every episode now is like an Airbnb.
I know. It's very
except for that
fun.
Poor guy in his hotel room. They couldn't get him an Airbnb.
No, because they're like, this is better than an Airbnb. This is a free motel.
That's true.
So she admits that she blamed it on her sister. She's like, I did blame it on my sister that she used the card. And it's like, okay.
All right, but you also never paid the money back. You suck.
Right. So then she said that
you sent her a stroller and a car seat and stuff, but you can't give her the money back. I don't know.
Well, she was homeless.
Yeah.
So you should definitely, have a baby. You didn't have a baby. But the thing is, you didn't have a baby. You just didn't have a baby. You shouldn't have sent her anything.
But you didn't have a house.
You should have
a baby.
Maybe you should have not sent a stroller or a car seat or whatever you sent and just had the money for yourself. And then it's even.
Right.
So she apologizes. And then CJ said, quote, we both lost.
I mean, I don't know what I'd call this.
So she said that she regrets it. She went to therapy and she stopped catfishing people. She said that she's getting better. And you know what? I think she is better than Shay.
Yeah, so do I.
They shake hands and they haven't spoken since. And guess what Shay is up to?
What is Shay up to?
Oh my God. Thank you for asking. I thought you never would. She's focusing on her daughter.
You know, I am shocked.
Before
but
she didn't even
have
know.
2 kids?
Yeah, well, her daughter is, I guess. Before that, she didn't even pay attention to them, and now she's focusing.
Well, this has forced her to focus.
She's like, oh God, I have kids. That's right.
That's right. Oh, I should go home.
All right. Well, what do you have? What do you think about this? This is
I just thought this episode was ridiculous, but again, yes, definitely sided with Ceejay here, Tay here, not Shay. I think Shay was playing the blame game, and it made me mad.
Shay and Tay.
Shay and Tay.
Tay Tay.
It sounds so cute.
So much better. You guys should be together.
Yeah. I still want to know where Ceejay came from, though. That's a random ass nickname.
Stephanie. Season 8, episode 77. Angela and Justin.
Hated this episode. Hated this episode.
This was a terrible episode.
Yeah, this wasn't a good episode, but Neve's co-host is the prettiest girl I've ever seen in my whole life.
Very pretty.
I mean, I need to look like this. She is gorgeous.
You could look like that. You have big eyes like that.
Big eyes, yes, but it's like she's one of those girls that has the most proportionate bodies that I'm so jealous of. Yeah, it's like, why does everything match on your body?
I understand that. Well, her name is Shan Boudron. Is that what it is? Boudron?
Boudron, I think.
Okay. She's a sexologist. She's a YouTuber, and she wants a kinky case. Well, guess what? You are definitely not getting a kinky case.
You're getting the opposite. You're getting a bland ass vanilla boring.
All right, so
case.
Angela is 41. She is an actress from Howell, New Jersey. She has 3 kids, and she left her ex of 20 years.
She's an actress.
Can I translate that?
Uh-huh.
She does background work. So to do background work, I don't know if you know a lot about background work. You sign up on a website. That's it.
Right. No, she's an actress, Tracey.
You stand on set for 10 to 12 hours a day.
Right.
You get paid like $35. It is the worst job you could possibly have.
I believe it. She's an actress.
She's not. Justin had commented on her TikTok to meet up. So she was doing like vlogging her. Yeah, but she's like vlogging her like TikTok life, whatever.
Right.
And
like she was going to New York.
Wow, New York.
She's going to the big city from Jersey.
Wow, Howell, New Jersey. So Howell, New Jersey is like southern Jersey. It's almost by like Six Flags.
I actually had no idea where it was. Yeah. I was wondering.
So I liked a boy from Howell once. So they didn't meet, but they started DMing, and they've been talking for 2 months. So they call Angela, and they're like, "Hey, Angela, it's Neve. I'm coming." And she's like, "Okay, cool. Did you get my email?" I wish they would have been like, "No, we didn't. Why? Did you email us?"
We were just guessing.
We were just calling to say, "Hey,
hey, we want to hang out."
So the video that he commented on was a naked silhouette video.
Yeah, of course. And he's like, "I want to meet up." You know what that means? I mean, I can't. I don't think I could say it here.
You can't say it. So he boosted her self-esteem, and she doesn't know anything about him. But you know what? Nor did she ask.
Right. Well, so that's the thing. So she doesn't know his age. She doesn't know his last name. She doesn't know where he lives, whatever. She doesn't know anything because she just expected him to tell her.
Well, she didn't know anything. She didn't ask him. He won't answer questions, but she also won't ask the questions. So that's good. So they're really close. So they find his Instagram. He's an anime guy named Gary, and he's liking her pictures. Okay, great.
Right. So he's Gary on Instagram, but Justin. Right. So who knows which name is
his? So she never asked him his name, age, or job.
Right.
She never asked.
Okay. But that's the thing. She never asked. So you don't know because you didn't ask.
So what do you like about Justin? Okay, cool.
You like that he likes you.
Okay, this is like, imagine someone commented on my TikTok, and then I was like, "Hey," and they were like, "Hey," and then I called Catfish and was like, "I want to meet this person." That's it. That's what happened.
Right. Nothing happened. It's not like they have these deep talks. She likes that he gives her attention. That's all.
Well, they texted one time on the telephone, and then he went back to just messaging her on the apps, and they kept, quote, missing each other.
Okay.
This woman reminds me of Roxanne, Brianna's mom from Teen Mom. You say no. I say absolutely.
I think it's just because she had curly hair down at one point.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. She had pink inner corners of her eyes, and I'm like, this is a problem.
That was wild. That was a blush inner corner.
Well, that's actresses do that.
Actresses do that mostly.
Uh-huh.
Mostly background when you want to really blend in. So they go to a cafe and we find out this guy lives in Brooklyn. There's nothing on image search. They run the
Right.
phone number. Um, and nothing
Also,
happens.
they were supposed to meet on 42nd Street.
Yeah, okay.
I
It's
know.
good.
We're going to be to 42nd Street, but I decided I'm going to go see the sunset in Brooklyn. What?
Okay, great story.
Yeah, I'm sure
So
you're going to meet a guy in Times Square. Shut up.
so Gary Natsu. Natsu is a character
Mhm.
from anime or Pokemon or whatever it
Right.
is. So uh they find what I wrote down
They
Royal
find a
Road.
link to his fan fiction.
Right. Fan fiction. And he's a
Yeah.
Pokemon trader.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
No, there's no way to know.
Okay.
Um
I don't
he
know
has
what that is. I
no,
know that he's into fan fiction. As soon as he said that, I'm like,
right.
you lost me. But
As
she
soon
doesn't
as
even know it anyway.
she doesn't know any. So the thing is, she's like, why didn't he ever tell me about that? You never talked to him. You've never spoken to him.
You never asked him how old he is. That is a
Or
common
his
core
You
question.
never asked him his name. So he has a wedding ring in a picture with his wife.
Right.
And the wife's Facebook is private. And I did write down the pink inner corner.
Oh, okay, good. And it matches her crew neck sweatshirt.
Right.
And he even refers to this person as his wife.
Right. So the picture from 2019 with the wife, so possibly they could be divorced. This is what Neve's like, maybe they're divorced. And it's like, maybe she's dead. Why can't that
Maybe
why can't that be an option?
that should be an option.
So she's scared because he knows so much about her.
But what does he know exactly?
But okay, but why are you scared? You told him. Whatever he knows about you, you told him. You just told him.
He's not spying on you on your webcam.
But there was no connection. You don't even know his name. So
so that's what confuses me. Why do you want to meet him?
why do you want to meet him?
Yeah. You have
All right,
no
well,
connection.
I will tell you.
Okay.
So she texts him about catfish and they text him the next day and he said, sure. And they say, quote, we have a nice park we can meet at.
Okay. Well, that's a
Right.
loose term. But
So
does nobody want to meet at a cafe
No, because it's I think it's just easier to film in a
to
park.
set up? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So they text him the next day. He's gonna meet up with them.
Right.
He lives in Brooklyn. She's in Howell, New Jersey. Howell, New Jersey is about an hour and 45 minutes from New York.
Okay.
He's in Brooklyn,
Right.
which is about an hour and 45 to 2 hours away from Howell, New Jersey. He says,
And you know there's traffic.
be there in an hour.
So he's already in Jersey.
He's in the park.
Right. Right. So he was probably like set up in a hotel somewhere.
Exactly.
They probably put him in an Airbnb,
So
which
she
he was
throws-
in an Airbnb too.
Right. So she throws on a dress and some sequin heels real quick.
That match her eyeshadow, Tracey.
No big deal. So he sends a video of him talking in the background in the park.
Uh-huh.
And he's saying, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Can't do
So
this.
They look around the park and then she says something amazing. This is a quote, I just thought we had a better connection. Why?
Why would you think that? What would lead you to believe that? Was
Tell
Tracey
me-
would say, what are the context clues?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was just going to say.
Yep.
Give me 2 context clues that would make you think that you had a good connection.
Oh, I that's the thing. What?
Listen, I'm willing to listen, but
Me
what
too.
were they? What were
I'm
they?
going to say there were none.
Okay, well, why? You don't even know his name and you thought you had a better connection? No, you didn't. So they find him in the parking lot in the back seat of a car. So he's in an Uber. And he said that
Right.
he can't do it. He said he's a coward and he can't open the door.
And Neve is trying to just talk him out of it. Like, no,
This
no,
is
you can
like
do
this
it.
is like the Wizard of Oz. This is the fakest thing I've ever seen.
It's
in my life.
ridiculous.
So he comes towards them and it's him and he's very socially awkward and they hug and he says he's cripply nervous.
Okay, well, I guess I've been cripply nervous too, so I get it. He does seem a little like scared.
He's into anime and fan fiction. That's all I
like
have to say
he
about
probably
that.
doesn't go out.
Right. So he's said that he's divorced. He's not looking or expecting anything.
Right.
And they asked basically like what they asked the context clues, and this is her clue. She liked that he said good evening and good morning.
Uh-huh. And he was motivating.
Because he said good evening and good morning.
Because he said good evening and good morning. She liked that someone gave her attention. That's all it is.
Okay, but it wasn't even a lot of attention.
Right. It wasn't even like good attention. He wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna blow your back out attention.
No. He
Yeah.
wasn't like, I want to have a baby with you.
Right.
You should
With-
go get some loads.
You should get my name tattooed on you.
Right. So she said that she really wants to be friends. She is desperado.
You think?
This is like ridiculous. You want to be friends because he said good morning? Stop.
She's like, oh, I can't imagine us not being friends, and they
Yes,
value each other's friendship.
What are you talking about?
What are
You
you
don't know his
valuing?
name. So
Right.
listen, I don't mean to spoil the ending, but 2
Okay.
months later, they didn't talk much. She tried to talk to him, and then he said they talked a bit, but there was no connection. And then they do an anxiety PSA.
Okay. Also, she was in a different house, so that's how we know she was in an Airbnb. That's something I noticed.
Of course.
This was such a dumb episode.
Right.
Guys, I need more mother wolves here.
Mother Wolf was wonderful.
I
Also,
can't stop thinking about it.
Going back to Mother Wolf real quick.
Yeah.
I want to know if that person that Mother Wolf met was that a diagnosed issue, or was that like me saying my name is Stephanie?
That's what I mean. Was that real?
Meaning, was that like an actual condition?
Right.
Did you have split personalities? Because I watch those things on TikTok where like people come in and out of their personalities and there's a switch. Like, is that what I don't know. And they really didn't ask many questions and they didn't explain it. And I was very upset about it. I've just been thinking about that.
No, you're right. Because it's almost like, is that like a kink or something? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's like, how can you rely on the other person to stay that person for you? I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. I think whoever that was had control over the situation.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so too. But then like you don't really know because there was something very, 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 very off.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be a little off just for that situation in general. But I think if you can control it the way that person controlled it, it's not so much medical.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I liked it better than these 2 episodes combined.
Me too. Agreed.
All right. Well, that was amazing. If you guys want more of us, patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you listen to us on. Most of our stuff is on YouTube as well, Trash Talk Podcast. Make sure you follow our TikTok, Trash Talk Podcast. Noelle posts amazing clips all the time. 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk, Teen Mom Trash Talk, and Catfish Trash Talk are free everywhere you listen to podcasts. Make sure you follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Titter. Also, make sure you follow Catfish Trash Talk on Instagram, TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming show dates. You know where to find me. You know where to find us. We love you. Please tell a friend about the show. And make sure if you want to talk about this podcast or the show Catfish, the television show, go to our Facebook group, Catfish Trash Talk. That's
okay. All. Wow. That was a mouthful.
Noelle, do you have anything else to say to the people?
No, just guys, let's get Tracey home, you know?
No. Goodbye.
Yes. Bye.